Warning: this video has a high possibility of being very emotional. I will be talking about some subjects that I, at the moment, am still not sure I should be talking about. All of this is unscripted, and I am, no matter what, going to leave this video up at the risk of sounding completely insane. So, as some of you who have seen earlier videos of mine, Slice of Madness particularly, know, I have depression. And I'll be honest, I'm self-diagnosed on that one, but honestly, I don't think there's really something that's gonna disprove it at this point. Now, I gotta be honest, the last week has actually been pretty good for me. Seeing as I had the house to myself, I had some moments to be able to slightly reinvent myself. I started watching my sugar intake, though I may have gone a little bit overboard on that and actually went a bit more unhealthy by trying to stay so far away from sugar. I went to fat, but that's something I'm gonna have to look at later. Baby steps. Alright. God, where to start? I tend to use an app called Whisper. I like the app. You can talk to people for multiple reasons. You don't really need a full reason to actually talk to someone. You can just scream something into the void, see if someone yells back. That's nice. It's a good feeling to know that sometimes you can just empty your thoughts somewhere without the actual risk of someone seeing it. And if they do see it, it's their decision what to do with it, because you're just a stranger to them. But everyone on Whisper is a stranger to each other. That's kind of the weird way how everyone on Whisper is like one big family. One big, very fucked up, incestuous, mentally depraved family. Yeah. So there's this popular tag, or the popular tab, that you can open when you enter Whisper. And it shows the whispers, or the little sheets of text, that people have dropped, and that got the most likes and most comments, all that kind of stuff. So someone in that tab asks, does anyone know how to find happiness? Because I don't know how long I can go on. To which I say something, and this is truly what I believe. I always think it's so weird how people think that happiness is like an object that they can simply find and pick up and maybe lose again later on, but then find back. Because happiness is an experience that you need to work towards getting. It is not a state of being. It is not something you can get. It's something people work towards getting. To be happy, to be happy for themselves, to experience the happiness of their life. And for me, even though I know this, and this is what rings true for me, I still doubt it so often. Because if I know this, I should be able to do it. Thing is, it's simply not that easy. Because you still need to work for it. And let me tell you right now, people with depression, you don't have to agree with what I say. I am just one guy, and everyone experiences their depression differently. So if you hear something that you don't agree with, Don't be afraid to contact me and talk about it. I would love to hear about it. Talking about depression helps. We can talk to each other. That is what this is for. I want to be able to be open about who I am and what my problems are, without fearing the reaction of people. Which is why I also want to say that this video is not a cry for help. It is a hope that people can start communicating with each other. And I am just an unknown video somewhere on YouTube from an unknown YouTuber who's trying to be a narrator, even though he can barely read. But I'm getting better because I try. And I try because I actually do love what I do. Which is why it's gonna suck when they completely delete the video editor included in YouTube next September. That will definitely halt my progress. As for now, this is not about that. This is about me and everyone listening. Now, some people are normally happy. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with being happy. Happiness should be one of the goals of life. I see it that way. It's okay if you don't. But happiness, it is something we all work towards. For some people it's easy to be happy, to experience happiness for themselves, for others. Finding a coin on the streets, the little things like just a little child smiling and waving from across the street, that's nice. That's just a tiny, small thing in life. And you know what? It's the little things that really do count when you experience it like I do. Because with all the hallucinations and shit, that it's nice to see something real. Something real that is just pleasant. Not something evil. Not someone trying to hurt you. Not someone trying to take something away from you. Just something nice. And you know that it really is my favorite thing in the world, when nice things happen. It doesn't need to be good. It doesn't need to be great. I like nice. Nice is all I need. Really. Oh, crap. Now I need to get into the real nitty-gritty. Fuck. This really is kind of hard for me to talk about. I won't talk about my my traumas yet because, well, I'm still too afraid of how people will judge those and how I react to those. So I'm not gonna do that. Just gonna keep that secret for a little bit longer. As I said, some people have it very easy with being happy, experiencing happiness, getting to be happy. That is for multiple reasons. Some of them might have the exact kind of childhood I had, or someone else worse or better. But it's all in their point of view. They can be happy with themselves because they feel they deserve it. They feel they've done enough to be happy. And for some of us, that is exactly what we just can't feel. We never feel like we've done enough. And as I said, everyone experiences depression differently, so from this point on, I'm just going to talk about how I experience it, and if you recognize yourself in it, that's good. If you don't, that's fine. Doesn't mean there's something worse or better with you than me. We're all pretty much in the same shit boat. The thing is that we need to stick together at this point, even though we feel like we want to be alone. We need to be alone. A little voice in our head constantly telling us that shun them, go away from them. They don't deserve to be near you, you don't deserve to be near them. It's cost me quite a couple of friends in the last few years. I'm sorry for the long pauses, but this really is kind of hard for me to talk about. Um, Sorry, I just. The way I see happiness is as a goal, something not to achieve but to experience. And from time to time, I do actually experience happiness. And those moments are amazing. It's a shimmer of light in a sea of this dark ink that tries to drag you down with every single possibility. And it feels so good to see that light for a moment. It's like that entire sea just disappears around you. So the sea opens up, and you're standing there on the ground, and the ground has grass and flowers, and you can smell them. And you can see the clouds in the heavens, and they are beautifully white and so fluffy, it looks like you can just hug them. And it's those moments that are so amazing. That I work towards achieving them again. And it's not hard work for me sometimes. Sometimes it's as easy as feeling fulfilled by doing a video. Possibly like this, but I don't know that yet. When I do a longer story and I think it sounds great, yes, that makes me so happy. When I get a couple of comments that are from actual people and not people who are trying to grind new subscribers, yes, I'm still very happy. It's all so great to be on here. And I feel so much joy just doing this, making videos. I'm not even getting paid or anything because I don't have enough people subscribed to me to actually make money off of this, which is something that I at one point definitely want to do, because that means I can do this more. Honestly, I don't know how I'm gonna continue at this point, so I'm just gonna guess I'll start a story. Now, my past is a bit weird. I'm currently getting tested to see whether I have autism, and if I do, that wouldn't surprise me. Mostly because I've noticed symptoms, and when I think back, there's a big symptom of something that I realized about a year ago. To some people with autism, it starts very young, and they just go through a haze. It's like they're not there anymore. Like their parents just lost their child. And that is horrifying. Worse than any of the stories that I can possibly read. Now, as for me, I can barely remember the stuff I did as a child, but I always hear the stories, and they're so hard to believe. Because the stories about when I was just a little tot, like just 2-3 years old, those are kind of hard to believe. It told me when I was 2 I started talking. Around when I was 3 I was having arguments with my mother, something I still have to this day, and sometimes they don't end the way I want them to. And then I did these amazing things, and every time I hear the stories I think, wow, I was amazing, but that's just for a split second. Immediately after that, all I can think is, what the fuck happened to you? What the fuck did you do? You were a good person and now you're just a useless piece of shit. You are worthless. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve anything. People should be more disgusted talking to you. You know they all hate you. And I know that's not true, but it's just always ringing through my head. And honestly, that's a big reason for why this video is not a call for help, because people that will want to help me after seeing this video, their only motivation will be that they saw this video. They saw this one moment in which I was honest, in which I dropped the facade and told them what honestly was going on with me. And they took that as their way of knowing that they should help me to feel good about themselves. And that's disgusting. I don't want that kind of help. I want someone who cares about me to come to me one day and just ask, hey, are you alright? And to some of you that might sound weird. Why would I not be asking help when I clearly have a problem? That's because I want real, genuine help, not help from people who feel it's their duty to help me. That is simply not something I will allow. I will not allow that. I can't become just something someone can talk about to defend themselves. Oh yeah, well I helped this guy with his depression. No. You saw a video, you posted a nice comment, you may have sent me an email. I honestly don't care about that. I want my friends out there. And I do have friends. But I just have a problem with pushing them away. And if any of you are watching right now, I am so sorry for doing that. And I'm so sorry for just throwing the heavy shit immediately on you without any warning. Because that was not cool from me. I should never have done that. And I'm sorry. And please don't tell me I shouldn't apologize, because this is something that I need to apologize for. It's not something I should be allowed to do. I can't just guilt trip someone into helping me. And that is not what I'm doing now. I am being honest and open. At the risk of everything I've been fearing for the last couple of years, I'm being open. And I'm telling the truth. Something I also am horrible at sometimes. Sometimes I can lie to save my skin. Sometimes I can lie to sabotage myself. And I don't know why the hell I would do it. And to anyone who discovered I was lying at some point, or to anyone who's going to discover I'm lying at some point, I am so sorry. Really, I am so sorry. I don't know why I did it, or why I'm going to do it. I don't know. But I hope that with the help I am planning to get, this will be less. Because I do feel that it needs to be less. This all needs to be better for me. I need to make it better for me. I need to work towards getting better. And I've accepted that I am flawed. I have accepted that I am imperfect, and even though I will still be scared of failing people, and I'll be scared of disappointing the people that I love, I will still try. And if I fail, I will slap myself in the face, wipe my tears out of my eyes, and say, come on, one more time, one more try. You know why? Because I owe that. Not to the people out there, not to the people who listen to this, not to the people that are my closest friends and relatives. I owe it to me to be better. Because, and even though I hate saying this, I have talent for many things. And I refuse to live my life locked up inside of my own mind, thinking that I am so worthless. And I am done with everyone always underestimating me, acting like I'm just a retarded person. And don't give me the shit like you shouldn't be the person to say that when you don't have it. Well, too bad. People have acted like I was. And I have trouble following instructions sometimes, yes, but I am not stupid. I am just really stressed out some days. I have trouble with many things that are so normal to anyone else, and you know what? I don't even care about that part. I have learned that I've been different. Why? Because I've been bullied my whole fucking life for it. And I don't fucking care. I'm different, so what? I am me. You are not me. You don't get to fucking judge who I am. This is all the truth. I'm not lying anymore. None of this is a lie. And people will come to me saying I should take the video down because it reveals too much and maybe I'm not taking myself seriously enough. But too fucking bad. This video is staying on and I am not allowing anyone to delete it. This video is mine. This is my second of truth. This is my moment of honesty. A moment in which I am open. Before I completely close myself again to anyone who comes around. Because that's simply what I do. I either close up completely or I open everything and people just run away screaming because I make them. And at this point, knowing how emotional I sound compared to how composed I usually try to be, I am not even sure whether I'm going to upload this. And if you see this, then congratulations, I've had the balls to do it. I'm really pathetic for this. And I'm sorry. But I don't really care anymore. And no, again, I'm not gonna kill myself. I'm still not the fucking kind of person that's going to kill themselves. Because all of that is just stupid. I have so many opportunities at this point. I can do so much. And even with the things that I can't do, I can try to get better at them. Because that's life. Practice makes perfect. I will try. Because that's what I do. I try. I try to live. I try to see everything for what it is and what it could be. And I'm sorry if that's wrong in some people's eyes. And I'm also sorry that this video was so long. But if I had scripted this so it would be shorter, I would have left out so much important information. And even though I'm pretty sure I didn't disclose anything important in this one, it still was something that I needed to say. And again, I don't want your help. That is not to insult you. It is to make clear that I have my own problems that I'm trying to deal with. And I just sometimes need to talk. Not even to someone, I'm talking to a camera right now, but I'm also talking to the 25 of you who bothered to see it. If at least my subscribers will see it. Wouldn't be surprised if it's not that case. I have no idea how long my camera's gonna go on, so I'm actually gonna just go on for a bit. I gotta be honest, this was really hard. And I feel like I'm gonna throw up in a moment. Which probably isn't the best idea for me, since I'm a pretty dumb person when it comes to regularly eating. It's not like I have anorexia or something. I don't intentionally throw up. I just don't eat a lot. Sometimes. Other times I completely binge out, and it's so fucking unhealthy. But I also get to work on that. And I will. I really want to try and better myself in the future. The future that starts right after I edit and upload this video to hide my face. Because after all, I still feel like I want to hide my face. And that's just comfort. And sometimes you need a tiny bit of comfort when you're stepping so far out of the comfort zone. And this is miles away. Literally the only way I feel I'm able to do this is by sitting in an empty house talking to a lifeless screen. Great, something white just flashed. I don't know what the hell happened. I think it's best to end it here since we're almost at a half hour. Sorry about that. People, please understand that even though I'm having trouble with a lot of things simultaneously and it's sometimes tearing me apart, I'll be okay. I really will be okay. Because I really am trying. And that is a really hard thing to do sometimes. But I started now, and I'm not gonna quit. So to all my beautiful nightmare seekers, I wish you a good night, and I hope you had a good fright on the emotional spectrum. And thank you all so much for listening. From the bottom of my heart, you have no idea how much I appreciate this. And as always, good night, sleep tight, don't let the monsters bite, and enjoy the madness.